Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day in the farming calendar. We've got all of the lambs in and we need to shed off all the ewe lambs from the tup lambs. We've just popped them onto creep and they're getting through it fairly quick. The ewe lambs don't need it all. They can continue to have just grass-fed diets, where we want to get all the fat lambs gone as quick as possible, so we don't want to be wasting money basically. And in the meantime, we're also going to be marking up tup lambs, which I think might be good for the following year as breeding. So I hope you enjoyed it today, guys. If you do, please tap that like button, subscribe to the channel. As you can already tell, all of the lambs are already in. Josie smashed it, it didn't take us too long, but we have quite a big variety of lambs in here. There are Russan lambs, Aber black lambs and Clin lambs. The Aber black lambs are ones that probably look a bit more Texely and Charolais. The smaller black faced ones, they're probably Russans, as they were born later out of ewe lambs. And everything with a white face pretty much is a Clin. The white face ewes, they're going to be shed off and go somewhere else. The Aber blacks will mark them all up, and anything at weight and fit is going to go. And then Russans, we have to make a decision. If they're a tup, they're going to be marked up so we know that they're fat lambs. If they're ewes, they're going to be kept and go into the beef flock. We've got the trailer hooked up, so anything fat and ready to go is either going to the butchers or market. So I'm thinking there's going to be quite a lot fit ready to go this week. Train just giving us a beep. But yeah, if we've got more than 12, we're going to make a trip over to the market. Ewe lambs are a big pen here, then get moved, and then everything else going back into the field. Thank you. So this is a good example. The next one in is a castrated tup, but it's only 38.6 kilos, which is a little bit light for what we tend to market, and it's not fit enough, so we just give it a blue mark. So that'll just go like that, tiny blue on the shoulder, just like that, and then it'll go back into the field. As we are on the lookout for fat lambs and ewe lambs, we're also on the lookout for future breeding tups, and this is a great example. He is performing really well. He's also a twin and he's the type. For these ones, we're marking these with green on the shoulder just to remind us that they're not a fat lamb because they don't want to go. He'll get let off with the fat lambs for now, and then we'll pull them out in the next week or so and they'll get their own little group. This isn't going quite as planned. We're about halfway through weighing and shedding them all now. We have 4 fat lambs and the daily live weight gains have seriously dropped. It's probably about the 180 mark, whereas last time we weighed them it was about the 270 on average, so they've dropped about 100 grams a head a day. And a few of them, they're just looking a little bit mucky around the back end, so I want to do a feed to leg count, and I'm also going to give them a vitamin drench. So we probably aren't going to take a load to market, depending on how we get. If we get enough, I'd like at least half a deck to go, but if we only end up with 8, they're not going to hurt. We'll just send them off to the butchers. It's a bit disappointing because I'm not gonna lie, we haven't really had a problem like this before, but they have just checked and I can just see they are looking a little bit dull in the face. These are obviously off to fresh grazing, which will help as they're going to be wormed and onto clean ground. The lambs have now been on this ground since they got weaned, so it might be time for these to have a move. It's just frustrating this time of year because, as you can see, all the grass down here, that still needs to be cut and mown for hay, so we are a little bit short of grass. We're going with what we've got, and as farming is, it's a little bit different every year. We've got higher numbers and we've just got to work things out. Leave it with me, I'll make a decision as we get on. I'll quickly finish this group off and then I'll make a decision. that is just done, and unfortunately it hasn't really improved. We have plenty of nice ewe lambs, so that is one positive take from it. All the fat lambs are out in the field, and I think we only have 8 that are ready to go. So the plan is these just going to get dropped off in a field on their own, and they're going to go next week. We were planning to take some to market Thursday, but unfortunately, yeah, there's not enough, and we need to do something about it. So what we're going to do, these are actually coming to the same place as the ewe lambs, but in a separate field, and they're just going to go there for a couple of days, because I'm going to worm all these in the handling system up there and just leave them to dump all the dead worms out and any resistant worms possibly out in the handling system. Then we're going to pop them in the field tomorrow, trying our hardest to just get rid of whatever this problem is. 121 of them. The products we're actually using now, we're using Oromec, which is a group free wormer. This is a clear wormer for those of you that work like that too, so they're all going to get a dose out. On top of that, they are all due for an overboost. So this is a vitamin drench, top of the range from Osmond's. We love all their products. Been using them now for about, what, 12 months. We met them at the Royal Welsh last year, so it's pretty much 12 months since starting using them. Mixture of the both should sort the problem out. But if we do look through them, they haven't all got a problem. I'd say probably 1 in 5 has a mucky bum, and they'll be the ones just pulling the group down. So they are doing 160 grams a day, but if 20% of them are performing badly and not doing any daily live weight gain a day, if I'm honest, I feel a little bit better looking at them now that I've got them all in. They look like a nice even group. Go on. Go on girls, go on girls. Right, first one, we're using the mineral drench, 7.5 mil of this, and then they're going to get 12.5 mil of the wormer.
Sometimes we act like a fool, not aware we're troublemakers. Sometimes we try to be cool, not being givers, only takers. Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead. Think for a minute, who you wanna be for a minute. Don't get over your head, you're like everyone else, aren't you? You could gain from being a bit nicer, knowing you're talking when to shut your mouth. You're so moody, you're such a fighter.
Whew, that was hard work, but that is them all done. So we'll let you girls out. Come on, girlies. Go on, go on. That one's just good girls. These ewe lambs are going to stay in here overnight, as I said before. I've got them a bucket of water, and there is a bit of grass in here that should do them overnight. What we're trying to attempt to do by doing this is they're pooing all the worms out, and hopefully the wormer kills anything inside the body, so when we go onto fresh pasture they're clean and we're not taking worms onto a new field. But to be able to move them onto new pasture, we need some electric fence, and all the electric fence is currently out, as we just moved the shearlings, not yesterday, the day before, and all that electric fencing is bringing in. We're bringing these back to the farm, and they're going on some nice Italian ryegrass lays. So yeah, that should get them going completely.
I've been back to where we met, all the moments and regrets. I've been searching empty eyes. voice calls your name out in the prairies. The sunlight shades, but what remains is the shade of you. I gotta hold on.
Fast forward to the day after, and that is all the ewe lambs dropped onto fresh grazing. They've had 24 hours in those pens, and you would have noticed when I was loading them, they look much drier, and all the ones with mucky back ends, it's all dried off. So that is really positive. I will keep you updated the next couple of weeks, so fingers crossed we've sorted this problem out. Obviously now this is really nice grazing. This is hay aftermath, so we've cut this for hay, and this is fresh, and then they've got the field next door to go out as well. All I've got to do is go and worm the tup lambs this afternoon, but I'm not going to show you that because it's literally repeating what I've done here. I hope you enjoyed it. Wasn't probably what I was planning at the start of today's video, but as we do, we like to show you when stuff doesn't go as well and how we resolve it. They'll, fingers crossed, in a week, 10 days, they look like a different lot of lambs. Although, even looking at them a day later, they look a lot brighter in themselves now they've been wormed. Thank you for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.